join in. We've lost 3 of the top 10 from the world, remember, so far. Well, just 2 matches remain in tonight's session. Welshman Johnny Clayton hoping to do a bit better than his countryman Mark Webster just now. He faces off against Rob Cross from Hastings in around half an hour or so. But before that, Chris Dobey and Mensur Suljovic will be on the stage. Mensur's made the quarterfinals for the last 2 weeks, losing 10-9 to eventual champion Peter Wright in Düsseldorf and 10-7 to an inspired Kyle Anderson in Hasselt last weekend. He'll be ready for another crack for it this weekend. Let's get back to John.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the action. Coming to you live from Glasgow, Scotland. Elaborate World Series of Darts final time to meet the players. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Hollywood Chris Dobey and the gentle Mensur Suljovic.
Change in the commentary box for the night sees Alan Warren a little and Stuart Pike take over.
Yeah, thanks, Jackie. Chris Dobey, who has had a rotten year as far as darts is concerned, and Mensur Suljovic, who's had a fabulous year on the hockey, up to world number 7. Mensur, and we love a bit of Mensur, don't we? Never dull when Mr. Suljovic is on the stage. Not at stake as well, the winner will play the number 1 seed, Gary Anderson, in the last 16. That's a Gary Anderson who's come here 2 years on the spin and lost and fallen at the first hurdle on both occasions. Here's Chris Dobey. So much expected of young Chris Dobey after a fantastic 12 months where he got through to a Grand Slam quarter-final, made good strides at the World Championship down to the last 32 as well, but hasn't quite happened for the young man, has it, in 2017?
Well, it's certainly been a more difficult year than it was when he first started playing his trade. Certainly one of the young guns in the PDC. Got plenty of years ahead of him. A few big tournaments coming up, as we've mentioned quite often. So a good chance for him to start making his mark and getting his game back on track. But Mensur Mania, certainly one of the men of the moment. The addictive smile, who also has the game.
Champions League success in Wales in September. Can we repeat that with a big trophy in Scotland in November? We shall see.
Such a solid performer now, isn't he? He's certainly a contender for most events he plays in now, whereas before he was a possible. Looks comfortable all the time as well, doesn't he? That's half the battle.
Well, chance for Chris Dobey to shine here. When we've seen him on our TV screens, he's looked super talented. But away from the big TV events, it's been a real struggle for the young man. Mensur here.
127.
Well, that's what can happen on the Pro Tour, as you know, Stuart. It's such a tough arena to play in. You get a couple of defeats, it gets on top of you. and almost the next win seems a lot harder. Every round you're playing, the first round, you're playing a very, very tough opponent. Very hard school to play in.
Well, that's just classic Suljovic, isn't it? 140 to leave tops.
Well, decent last one. Really get a visit.
That should be a good guide for him. Yeah, had to be. Just kiss it off the barrel. Suljovic strikes first. Yeah, Dobey, you know, just one quarter-final in 40 events in 2017, and that just goes to show what a struggle it has been for a player that everybody still has high hopes for.
I'm certainly in that bracket as well, Stuart. It's got such a good action. Still got youth on his side, and Michael Stewart.
58.
I'll say that again. Yeah, but he's made his mark. And we reckon he will again, but confidence and belief can be shattered very quickly in the sport, can't it?
Well, when you get a few defeats under your belt, it's very hard to get your next win. We've seen that with so many players. We've mentioned it over the last few weeks as well. Even some of the top players. You can't afford to take your foot off the gas at any moment against any player, whether it's on the big TV stage, European Tour, Pro Tour. We're all hungry for success, Stuart.
100.
Well, interesting so far. It's been quick Mensur rather than slow Mensur. Let's have a look to see what pace he's going to play at. Yeah, this is Mensur with his foot on the gas. This outstanding.
71.
Wonderful setup from Mensur. Again, second leg running. Just though he couldn't get that first dart in the treble to start possible finish. 18 for 2-0. 2-0 it is.
Well, it may be quick Mensur, it's ruthless Mensur as well. That was a fantastic setup, and that's been one of the highlights of Suljović's play this year. The setup shot has been absolutely brilliant. Just keeps piling the pressure on his opponents.
60.
He was always a hard player to beat. I used to call him a dangerous player, but now he's turned into a different animal, hasn't he? He's now a winner, now a possible Premier League player, always there and thereabouts in the big events. Such a solid player.
60.
Only two 60s in this leg, though.
The other thing he's managed to do is that he was just steady away. He was just another player, wasn't he? But he's managed to turn himself into a real character as well, hasn't he? You know, the crowd like to come and see, and you know, the big smiles, the celebrations, and the darts to back it up. But he's the whole package now, is Mensur Suljovic.
Yeah, maximum there from Mensur. That's his first one. Gets him back on track in the leg after 2 visits without a treble. Yes, he's such a likeable character, isn't he? He wears his heart on his sleeve, and he really shows the emotion, certainly at the end of any win.
Dobey, one of the qualifiers for this World Series final.
60.
One of the few qualifiers that had to play 4 rounds in the tour card qualifier.
60. Mensur require 141.
Well, it's not happening at the moment for Chris Dobey here. He may get a... I was going to say he may get a shot
125.
after that single 5, but then again the Mensur's setup, he didn't mean to leave 88 just like that, but the setup has been special again from Suljovic.
He never panicked, did he, after the first dart? He knew there was still plenty to aim for and plenty to do.
Mensur, not just in this game or this tournament or the last tournament or the tournament before, but Mensur for me just has the look of a player who believes he's going to win now every time he steps on the stage.
57.
Oh, very, very solid performance so far. 15, 13 and 16, incredible.
That must take you back.
Take me back a long time. This is better from Dobey.
Yeah.
140.
I just feel he's got to hold his throw here. Dobey. And back comes Suljovic.
140.
Yeah, 102 average for Mensur, just 87 so far for young Dobey. He'd love to go through and
60.
play his mentor Gary Anderson. Anderson, a big supporter of Chris Dobey. At the moment, you can't see that happening.
No, he hasn't really got the consistent scoring going. I'm lucky with a few visits, but not enough of this. This will help him though.
140.
All he's got to think about at the moment is he hasn't got going yet. He's 3-0 down. Just concentrate on winning this leg. Get him up and running. And then see what happens from there.
But look, Mensur again with that set-up shot just to put pressure on. So Dobey, his first dart at a double in the match.
88. Mensur require 106.
Oh, not to be. But will he be punished? 106. Trouble 20 will leave his favourite.
98. Mensur require 16.
To get a chalk on the board. That was a long way off. Is it awkward? That's a good recovery. That will make you feel a whole lot better. 3-1 it is.
Yeah, certainly after that first one, it was a long way off, wasn't it? And it almost blocked him. He had to move across the hockey.
96.
You can just dig in here and maybe take this leg. Going in at the break 3-2, he'll feel a whole lot better. Knows he hasn't played his best so far.
Yeah, Dobey made his big TV debut in this event
58.
2 years ago, and it was the launch pad for some really good things, but he's got to rebuild. At the moment, he is in the World Championship,
60.
but he's in the red zone, isn't he? There's 2 or 3 players who are sweating a bit. One of them's Kevin Painter, the automatic qualification for the World Championship. And with 2 big events to come, the Grand Slam and the Players' Championship finals, it could all potentially change
43.
again.
Yeah, it certainly could. I'm sure he's aware of that.
Absolutely.
Plenty of room. Can he fill it in?
108.
Well, I said he needed to make his move in this leg. That's the starter. In a good position to maybe nick it back to 3-2 going into the break.
60.
Very much so now. Dobey has the darts from 3-0 down. That's a great dart. Might stay there.
133.
Well, they want 3-3 to follow the maximum. Much
Three
more
double
like
19s would have left double 16, so good thinking as well. He's going to have to get it as well.
180.
Well, there's that Mensur set-up shot just to put pressure on. So 1 dart only. Oh, you have to say 9 brilliant darts from Chris Dobey to get him right back into the match. Whether the break will come at the right time for him remains to be seen, but from 3-0 down, Dobey is back in it. Should be a good finish to this. Suljovic with the edge just at 3 legs to 2. the World Series finals. And Chris Dobey and Mensur Suljovic in a good game here. Suljovic leading 3-2 after Dobey won back-to-back legs to get back into it. Gary Anderson, the #1 seed and the hometown hero, awaits the winner on Saturday night. But Dobey, he produced 9 brilliant darts, didn't he? 180, 133, 70 out. And he has the darts to give us a level game.
58.
The break may not have come at a kind time for him. We'll see, won't we?
Well, Mensur set off like a train, 15, 13 and 16 darts, and Chris really hadn't got his game going, but he dug in. Nice to get himself in at the break, only 1 leg behind. So good response from Dobey. That'll certainly do him a lot of good.
140.
Certainly keeping his composure. When you look at the qualifying, the last 3 games to get through were last leg deciders. So showing some signs of the fantastic darts he was
81.
producing last year.
Well, he's settled for taking this to a last leg decider for sure. Certainly a big improvement.
95.
Upped his average by about not far short of 10 points. Mensur still hovering around the 100 mark.
Seems to be the norm, doesn't it, for Mensur? Well, that's why he's such a difficult player to play. This is brilliant from Dobey. Wonderful darts. Second maximum. More crucially, leaves him the double to get him back to 3-3 from 3-0 down.
134. Richard White, 28.
That was a fantastic maximum, wasn't it? Well played. Well, 3 fantastic legs from Dobey. And a different complexion on this now. At 3-0, you're looking at Suljovic racing away with it.
Yeah,
Can Dobey yet set up his dream date with Gary Anderson? We shall see.
Mensur's double against Mensur. He's been Mensured.
140.
Lucky with the second one. Shifting down for the 19.
39.
$100 average for the young man in winning those last 3 legs. 101 average across 3 legs to get level.
60.
Yeah, great response.
Perfect dart again. Gotta be another maximum, surely.
100.
Well, that's 3. It's 3 and 3 legs as well for Chris Dobey, and for the first time, really, Suljovic is under a bit of pressure here.
Oh, we were talking about a response, weren't we? And he's producing it. He really is. He's producing very high-quality darts against a high-quality opponent when his back was against the wall. He's disappointed with that one because of the lie, because he needs another treble to leave a finish.
100.
Despite the maximum in the previous visit, Mensur's got a couple of visits here. We'll go for Bulwick's second one. Treble 17 and leave tops.
121.
Well, superbly worked out, wasn't it, by Suljovic?
$130.
Yeah, didn't want to go for the 180, would have left double 1. Tops.
Our biggest start of the match, I reckon.
20.
All of a sudden, what a chance here for Chris Dobey.
Massive, massive opportunity for Dobey. It's been exquisite in the last 3 legs.
Oh, that's a cracker. He's won 4 legs on the spin. What a turnaround.
Chris to throw first. Game on.
And a turnaround that has been well and truly deserved, Stuart. He's producing the darts we expect from him. He's not happy with that one. The last 4 legs have been brilliant. Got away with the last leg, you've got to say. Mensur missed the double.
45.
Not the start he wanted. It's sort of a game like this, isn't it? In a big TV event, you've sort of been missing for most of the year, that you can suddenly rediscover something, get a big win, which it would be if Dobey was to finish this off. It could just be the catapult for the young man to go forward. And there's another one, 4 180s now in 4 legs.
Fantastic.
Well, I'm sure, as I say, Gary Anderson will be watching. I'm very interested because
125.
helps Chris Dobey on the circuit, you know, with advice, not just financially as well. And
58.
he saw something in Dobey 2.5 years ago that he thought was worth supporting, and he was proved spot on, wasn't he? The 2 times world champ. So that would be some game for both of them, but for Dobey to take on his hero and his mentor and the #1 seed on home soil would be a dream. We shall see.
58.
Both players just missing the treble a little bit. It's getting to a crucial moment here. Mensur's scoring is starting to let him down. Can he flick one in the middle?
78. Richard 160.
Oh, he left to finish that last dart. Another one of those.
Oh,
the cracker. Well, this is astonishing, the turnaround here. Suljovic needs one of his special checkouts here. So young Chris Dobey, from 3-0 down, has 3 darts to go 5-3 in front.
Trying to keep his composure. Oh, wonderful. Yes, it's looking good for Dobey now. He's keeping calm at the right time.
Yeah.
54.
Well, we've lost Chisnall, Smith, Lewis, Klassen. Are we about to lose Mensur Suljovic
42.
on the opening night of these World Series finals? All of them top 10 players.
97.
One match still to come on the opening night here in Glasgow. Johnny Clayton
57.
will take on the informed Rob Cross. That's to follow this.
Probably 2 names you wouldn't have thought last year
45.
that we were playing the first round at this event. No disrespect to the players whatsoever. It just shows you what they've been producing this year.
95.
Up Cross to an incredible level. Johnny Clayton's not been doing too bad either.
Not enough. And again, the door opens for Dobey.
59.
Can't take the chance.
No, not happy with that visit, scratching his head. He knows he's in a good position. He's making Mensur have to work.
100.
Yeah, important last one for Suljovic to leave a finish.
Difficult to know when Mensur's despondent because he does that all the time.
98. Mensur require 147.
2 big finishes on offer. Only the setup now. Treble 17 to leave double 8.
97.
It's okay.
Victory require 150.
Well, that's some pressure
Mensur require 50.
to stay in the tournament. Double 16 for Suljovic. Double 8 for Suljovic. Double trouble for Suljovic. And young Chris Dobey here to pull off his biggest win of the entire year. Needs tops. Mensur's putting his darts away. And with good reason. What a win for Chris Dobey against the man who won the Champions League. Mensur Suljovic was 3-0 up. And Chris Dobey has reeled off 6 consecutive legs for his biggest result of the year. And he sets up a dream clash with his mentor Gary Anderson in the next round. Dobey wins 6-3.
Well, the world number 38, Chris Dobey, has pulled off the latest upset here at the World Series of Darts finals in Glasgow. A 6-3 victory over Mensur Suljovic. He's ranked in the top 7 in the world. Dobey coming back from 3-0 down to win 6 legs in a row. And 3 of those 4 big hitters have gone out. The other one, Peter Wright, hasn't played. What a night we've had here. Dobey will meet Anderson tomorrow night, Gary Anderson that is. So just 1 place left on offer in tomorrow night's second round, and it will be claimed by either Johnny Clayton or Rob Cross. Clayton gave Peter Wright a huge scare in Hasselt last weekend, but Cross proved he is the real